honestly, there's a truth in it, to enjoy life. And because so many are still so new to things that yet have been around for eternity, only under natural circumstances would it be like that, there's a very strict avoidance about it. Or it's either neutral, the persons who are very shy, or it's even worse, the vulgar ones, which terrible examples of persons who are thinking they know what sexuality is and they don't. Now, the world, as far as the system of control, is overall ruled by men. So the evolutional spectrum here is very one-sided, very unfair, and unjust. And this whole idea about, as far as gay revolution or whatever, honestly, I think men have been favored long enough unfairly for long enough. And when men have control for so long and get too comfortable around other men, the absolute unthinkable happens. And you see how other men talk to other men. They get along just fine, no problem. But when it comes to being with a woman, why is it so difficult to open up? Why is it so difficult to share? And I am truly baffled as to why, if with a woman, you would want to watch sports or something like that, which this applies to whomever it does. Very obscure circumstances, all very, very obscure. Again, when you realize it's going to be ultralic and self-explanatory, you're going to see everything that you experienced in all accumulated sums of reincarnations on this planet in a matter of minutes at best. Of course, you're going to realize the depths, but it will be that fast. Because it's really that simple to understand. We're living in unnecessary circumstances, therefore most responses by most persons is going to be unnecessary, and desire itself is going to be obscured, trust itself is going to be obscured, etc., etc. It's all self-explanatory already. Essentially, the whole reality and everything within it can be debunked, which I just did in a few seconds, or several at best. It can all be figured out in one day. It's really not that difficult. What's unnecessary is not in its place, and should go in its place, aka the obscure realms, or destruction realms. But also, truth be told, the government is behind in every shape and form of obscurity in how this systematic reality is made. But any persons who are listening, this only applies to men. If you are having attractions towards men, I'm just letting you know, when you realize what's going on, you're gonna feel an age of regret. Though the circumstances were unnatural, I'm just letting you know you're going to feel regret. And I don't know what the severity, but you can change that by really seeing whom is obviously beautiful and whom is obviously trying to live in harmony. Most men, to whom it applies to, still have the primal instincts active, in times much more active than the emotional side. This is why there's conflict with men and women, which from the hybrid existence has never been a consideration at any blip or second at a time ever documented in its eternal history. Just to wrap this up, and to debunk, and to clarify, the world is, as far as the whole system, it's run by men. And there's a reason why men are attracted to women naturally, even at instantly head over heels effect, because women are natural to their physicality and mentality and spirituality, at ease, from birth, beautiful, and this includes beauty in every spectrum of their being. Pushing aside the obscure conditions, men are guardians to beauty, and to protect beauty, or to allow beauty to bloom more, they, men, grow that much more as well. It's bliss to make a woman happy. Does it not make you happy? Maybe even happier. This is why when men are with women, their estrogen goes up, the woman's testosterone goes up. Now, in unnatural circumstances, it's kind of obscured. As far as the hybrid existence, the whole idea of testosterone and estrogen is actually not even relevant. I mean, our physicality is so much more different. The only example I can give you is that when a man makes a woman happier, or, well, yeah, happier, because everyone's happy there. So happier is, there is no happy. Everyone's automatic, everyone's happy. But when a man makes a woman happier, the woman then expresses more depth. And that's the best way I can sum it up. More depth in her expressions and in her understandings. But because it's been unnatural for so long, women are treated in such ways to where they're more objects than actually beings. That goes for the whole makeup scene, the whole fashion scene, music that calls women certain names, particularly rap. Rap is extremely sexist. Sexist not being the word to use at all. More like just wrong, in a sense violent. I mean, look at a flower. Look at the universe. Women are able to create, both mentally, spiritually, and of course all the above, but also with their physicality. Men, yes, can create to every extent, but of course physically they can't. And I'm thinking this is probably going to be taken the wrong way, some way, shape, or form, but that's because, again, the whole male energy thing, and just how guys use force, or they use assertion, or use women's emotions to get what they want. Men have a very unstable and unrealistic evolutional higher level in a sense, but it is through the means of harming, hurting, and persecuting women. I mean, let's face the facts. Has there ever been a woman president of the United States? And look at how the presidents have been. It's the same in every other country except England, and I mean, the Queen of England's a reptilian. So, not many examples of women who have caused wars. In fact, I don't even know of any. Maybe there's some in the history book, but honestly, it's very obvious. This is not being sexist, this is being real. The facts are very simplistic. In these unnatural circumstances, men are using techniques, they're using control methods, they're using certain ways to get what they want. Now, of course, this applies to whom this applies to that's listening to this. If this doesn't apply to you, then you're being genuine. To be genuine. A bit about the hybrid existence. As far as